Well, this is Amyloidosis Awareness Month, and every year, Megan Alford of Denham Springs raises awareness not only just to help other families, but simply because she lost her mom, Vickie, to the illness, and she's here to try to help other families moving forward. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, Megan. First, just tell us a little bit about your mom, Vickie, and who she was.
My mom was, oh gosh, my mom was my best friend. She was an amazing person, you know, she had a big heart and just a great mother from, just from a childhood. She raised me and my sister for a while by herself, but she was a very strong woman.
So what year was she diagnosed? Of course, I'm sorry to hear. I know every year it gets very difficult for you. What year was she first diagnosed with amyloidosis?
My mom was originally diagnosed with amyloidosis only 23 days before she passed away. So she was diagnosed in 2020 in August, and she passed away at the end of August.
At the end of August. What symptoms was she experiencing at the time?
So her biggest issue was like feeling short of breath all of the time, just like simple walking down the hallway. She would have fluid in her lungs and fluid on her legs, like her legs would swell, and we had to have her we had to have fluid drained off of her lungs, often. I was actually doing that at home. She was just fatigued. She had like bruising around her eyes. And like joint pain, like some of them just didn't, like they're just very small symptoms, so you don't correlate them with something so big as amyloidosis, I guess you could say.
And I know you were saying that some doctors thought she had something else, right?
Right.
What was that?
So in about September of 2019, she started having the swelling in her legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was also having difficulty swallowing as well, and like sores in her mouth. So she saw the doctor for that. They said it was fine. And then in December, she went in with the fluid on her lungs again, or for the first time really. And they had it drained, but that's when they diagnosed her with congestive heart failure, which the symptoms are very similar to amyloidosis.
Okay. And how old was your mother when she passed away?
She had just turned 65.
She just turned 65.
Yes.
And every year since 2020, you've been raising awareness. And part of that, what you're doing, you may have noticed some billboards around our area have been up with amyloidosis awareness. And then I know that the Capitol and the Superdome light up red. So just tell us about some of those different initiatives.
So Lamar Advertising, they do the billboards every year. They've been great. It's, since it's an organization or whatever, a charity, they donate some billboards to us for the foundation. So you'll see some in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. And then Superdome, they light up usually every year. Which is really amazing. It's just getting the word out there, because people don't always know why is it red or whatever. And then the state capitol is helping now, since they changed their lighting system, and they can do that, so they can light up this Friday for us to help raise awareness.
So this Friday, the state capitol is going to be light up red in order to raise awareness.
Right.
So what message would you say to families, I guess, who may be experiencing something very similar to what your mom went through?
My biggest thing that I tell people all the time is, advocate for yourself. If you just, like if you're not getting answers when you go to the doctor and you just feel like something else is going on, get a second opinion, get a third opinion. It doesn't matter. Like don't just like Google it. I'm not going to say that, but like try and do your own research as well and figure it out, and, give yourself a place to like kind of, I don't know, start, I guess, because some things, the symptoms are so similar to other things that it can get not overlooked but misdiagnosed. And time is of the essence, like especially with this amyloidosis. I mean, by the time my mom was diagnosed with the actual disease and we started treatment, it was too late. There was nothing they could do.